But I do believe you need to travel a little bit to expand yourself.
You do.
Try
You
try
do.
new foods, new horizons, new dialects. Those things expound you. But I have another question for you.
But
Can
you know
you
what?
tell me?
Real quick, before you move on, I want to say something for those brothers and sisters that can't travel, may not have the means. Know that those cultures are around you.
Yeah, like 10 minutes
So
away.
yeah, you might be able to have a longer and more in-depth conversation with the brother at the bodega that makes your sandwiches to know how he got here. You know what I mean? Or some of the people in the neighborhood that you would pass by and you don't think of a thing because they not your people. They just live there. But you know what? If you have an exchange with them, you might get something from what their international experience might have been that allows you to kind of explore those ideas. But that's the only thing I want to import.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add on top of that. Once you start talking to different people and they extend your mind to the possibility of thinking, that's what Google is for. Now you're gonna go Google something because the internet has everything on it, but you don't know what to look for. You're ignorant to it. But once you get a whiff of what you might be looking at, now you might want to go see Egypt. Now you
Yeah,
might want to do things, and you realize, oh, it's not even that. That don't even cost that much. I can save up whatever how long it takes to do it. Now you have goals. See,
gotta go.
talking to somebody who can give you goals. New aspiration can give
Exactly.
you goals.
For what reason? Absolutely none whatsoever, other than the company is saying this is a big deal. You
Okay,
know what I
hold on.
mean?
Wait. Let me stop you right there. I want to dive deep right now. I want to go to one of your lowest moments within that time frame. But I want to hear about it, but I also want to know how. This is what we talked about, the how to.
Right.
For somebody who might be working in corporate America or they're CEO of their own company, or they have to work with people, they constantly work with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. How did you deal with that?
Um, I don't think I did well with that. And I think the reason why I didn't do well with that was because it wasn't in my heart. Like I wasn't passionate about it. When you're not passionate about something, you might be good at it. You might even be great at it. But at the same time, you don't internalize it in ways that you are hungry for what's next. What can I build off of this, right? And because I wasn't passionate about it and I wasn't particularly hungry for what's next, it was something where it was draining, because I was like, what are we talking about right now? What, like the things that we created as issues. I mean, I dealt with things related to like HR, somebody said the N-word, to things like, overtime, to, temporary contract workers. And these are things that I'm saying to myself are like stressors. You're stressing, making sure that morale is good, making sure you're hiring the right people, making sure that you're coordinating schedules to make sure you have enough people to, cover certain things. And to me, I was like, man, is this what the vast amount of knowledge and information that has been afforded me through my collegiate education and my experiences of life have afforded me to run this department and unit within a financial, you know what I'm saying?
All right. So, but again, you had to find your source. My brother, he came on the show. His name is Carte Fowler. He described that to me that sometimes when creatives get a job, it not necessarily is going to be your life source, but it's your crowdsourcing fund to source your creativity. Don't look at a job as I got to get a job. You have to look at it as your crowdsourcing, because you can't always ask people for money to fund your creativity. Sometimes you got to go out there and earn it and call it a crowdsourcing thing to fund the joy in your life. Can you give tips to a person right now on how to start investigating themselves?
Yeah, I mean, think about so a lot of times we anticipate, all right, I'm gonna do this, and this is what's gonna happen, right? Like, this is gonna be dope. Watch this. You go out there, you do this, and then the result wasn't quite what you was looking for. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to ask yourself, what else could I have done? You know what I mean? Or is this really for me? And that's not a wrong question to ask yourself, because you have to be reaffirmed in either your ability to persevere and say, I'm going to continue regardless of the outcome because I want this that bad, or Um, I know there's a few things that I thought about doing, but I didn't do, and I probably should have did that. I need to add this. You know what I mean? How do I make this more impactful? What was the response that I got from it? You know what I mean? What response did I get from that result? Did I follow up with that person to kind of interrogate them a little bit more about what they might have thought was missing from that? Did I interrogate myself, to find out, yo, you remember that a couple nights you really didn't do what you were supposed to do in preparation, and you could have done those things, but you opted to do something else, or did I even spend as much time as I could have, on a whole? How did I, look at that failure? How did I evaluate what my opportunities were to do better or be better? Or maybe I'm thinking too small. Maybe I need to think bigger. You know what I mean?
Do you think, or have you ever written down your failures? Because so many people like to dismiss their failures and keep going. But have you ever written down your failures and internalized them and really read over them and said, this is where I failed and I need to evaluate my mistakes? Have you ever written those down, or really just, people wallow in their failures and say, I can't believe I failed. But have you actually written down your failures and said, I failed at this, and then did a summary on why?
I have